Welcome to TWitWoW, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans by wrestling fans on the web today. I'm John. That's my cohort and commentary, Ashton. And this is TWitWoW in review. It's post elimination chamber. Raw and SmackDown. I'll be honest, I really wasn't that checked in. I did check in on the Sammy stuff because even after losing his title shot, I still think he's doing great work. We got an explanation from Kevin Owens about why he only came out after Sammy lost the match at Chamber. Chamber itself was a pretty strong pay per view. I did also check in a little bit on the Rhea Charlotte angle. Saw that Dominic Mysterio got a little bit of a promo with Charlotte, and then Rhea came out at the end. And Dominic also followed up with Ray, who lost to Karrion Cross this week, because he's still a thing for reasons unbeknownst to me. So yeah, I guess from what I saw, this week wasn't bad, but I think also nothing really too significant to report on. Partner, how'd you feel about this week in the world of wrestling?
I'd say the real highlight of our week, as far as what's happened since our last review, was literally just the Elimination Chamber pay per view.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree with that
That's
for
really the
sure.
extent of it, because Raw and SmackDown weren't bad. I don't want to shit all over them, but what I will shit all over is AEW. Dynamite this week was shit. It was garbage. It was annoying and frustrating, and I hated it. And yet, at the same time, they managed to pop a millie. So congrats to Tony Khan for pulling off 1 million viewers this one time. I know he's done it a couple times in the past, but it's a rarity. So when it happens, you got to celebrate it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, could be could be an interesting episode, given that you and I are just coming from the vantage point of not really a lot going on this week, and the stuff that was
No, yeah, no. This was a
pretty mid
meh,
or pretty
meh
bad.
week of
Yeah.
wrestling for sure. Other
So,
than other than Elimination Chamber, which technically was part of last week, but because the way our schedule works, we had to do our previous week in review before Elimination Chamber. It's part of this week for us.
yes. Gotta say, man, great performances at Chamber. I'm really curious how they're gonna follow up with
Woo!
Montez Ford, especially, who Triple H forgot to mention, and then he mentioned him later in a tweet.
Dude,
I
that was so fucking sus. Literally, he mentioned every single person involved in the match, including Logan Paul, except for Montez Ford. Holy shit, Hunter. That is really bad optics.
If I'm Montez, if I wasn't married to someone who has a rocket strapped to their back right now, I would really consider leaving the company. I'd be like, "Don't treat me like that. You told me everything I need to know how you feel about me and my standing in this company. I'm out." Because that was hella disrespectful.
Yeah, it really is. It's
Like
embarrassing.
I don't want to be hyperbolic, but I'm actually kind of being dead serious. We know how pro wrestling goes, y'all. If you're not being valued, like better get out while you can and give your value to someone else. Like my
Yep.
heart always breaks the most. Like I can't tell you like kind of an unrelated thing because I know WWE isn't that bad. I'm not trying to say they're that bad, but I can't tell you how many times like my heart broke for TNA guys that really gave the best years of their career to that company, really hoping it would be something. And then you look at
Styles,
what TNA.
Joe, Daniels, Petey is a long list.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. And it's like,
Saban.
yeah, and I'm not saying that WWE would have been a success for all those guys. I mean, it certainly was for AJ. But it's not even about WWE. It's about like I want to make sure that I'm being valued wherever I go. You could be valued in an indie that doesn't pay you in hot dogs or pizza.
Oh
You know,
God! I mean, since you mentioned something on an unrelated note, I'll mention something in a related note. Keith Lee right now, holy fuck!
dude, how the fuck? I just, yeah, yeah. But hella disrespectful from Hunter. Meanwhile, though, that don't matter because Montez really lit it the fuck up. I think he opened a lot of people's eyes. I think a lot of people were already high on him before this, but I think those people either got vindicated and I think he brought in new people at the same time. Like, you know what? This guy can be a big singles guy. So that was really cool for him. I thought Priest did well. I'll tell you, Priest, what I like about Priest is he's got those like flashy strikes, but he's also got such impressive size. He was great.
Priest is
Um,
like the Sonata of WWE.
yeah, yeah, I would agree with that to a point for sure. Seth, I think, is always solid. God, the thing about Theory isn't even necessarily bad in ring, but like when I think about another young guy that a lot of people and especially the company had promised for, and immediately my mind goes to a Randy Orton. Say what you will about Randy, like in his later years, but the funny thing was, in some ways, he definitely progressed. In other ways, he regressed because when he was around Theory's age, when he was kind of in that pocket, he was 100 times more charismatic. Theory to me has no charisma whatsoever, and that to me,
No.
like, you're just looking at him as a wrestler, not any of the speaking out stuff or whatever. Because look, not to do tough love or whatever, but they're gonna push him, and we need to make our peace with that. Either we just need to not watch his stuff, or we need to watch it and just grin and bear it because this is where they're going. He's not bad in ring at all, but I just don't think he has any fucking charisma to be like a top guy. Like you could see it in John Cena when he first came in. He had something. You could see it in Orton. I thought Orton was always really great. I mean, I still go back to this day and watch his old stuff from like '04 to '06 and I love the cockiness and I love the arrogance, and it wasn't try hard. I mean, you even said you had a very telling line on our live reactions, like with Theory, when he's trash talking and all that stuff, he uses black scent. And you were like, I wish WWE had their own optics team because they would tell him, like, maybe cut that out. Maybe find a personality that isn't you trying to act what you feel your definition of hard is. Um, it comes off bad. So Theory, I don't think he's a sunken cost necessarily, but that dude's got to find a personality. Who else was in there that I wanted to talk about? Because obviously sports.
I mean, to be fair, Cena definitely did the black scent thing too in his heyday.
Yeah, and it wasn't right then either, but at least then he had the rapping gimmick, and some of his raps were genuinely good. So I feel like even though he did it and he shouldn't have done it in hindsight, you could almost say that he got away with it better than Theory did because he had the charisma to back it up, or he had the talent to back it up. And plus, I think when he got away from it, he showed that he didn't even really need it. I'm wondering if a guy like Theory almost needs it, but I want him to find that out. So we'll have to see. Who else was in this goddamn chamber that I'm forgetting? Oh, Johnny Gargano. Ah, God, Gargano. Oh man, I feel like a lot of our criticisms in the chamber of him just being like Kushida 2.0. It's such a shame because like if that dude would sell and be more selfless, like in the ring with his opponent, he'd get himself more over. Because like that dude, I've seen him sell. We've seen Johnny like give to people like his match with Andrade at Takeover Philadelphia. Like he sold for him, especially like that those like double knees when he sends Johnny's head into the fucking ring post. Johnny's got that far away look in his eye, like, oh, I'm done. This dude has such a great underdog quality that I feel like isn't being utilized at all.
No,
Uh, that's really a shame.
it's like he doesn't
Um,
allow himself to come off as the underdog.
and I don't know why. I don't know why because long term, I really think that that would be better for him, and he'd get more value out of himself doing that. Um, oh, Bronson Reed. I'm actually excited for Bronson, man. I almost have to wonder if he's on the right brand. If they were to do a draft next year,
This
or
year,
maybe even after WrestleMania,
yeah,
yeah. Would you have him go to SmackDown or would you have him stay where he is on Raw?
I don't really care personally. When you say you don't feel like he's on the right brand, I'd love for you to elaborate on that because I don't know what the difference is at this point.
I don't know. I don't even know if they have different writers on each brand or what. I just don't know if they're gonna get the most value out of him because he really showed me something in the chamber. I'm like, you know what? Because I even said on live reactions, I like him more here than I did in his NXT run. Maybe it's just that he's heel and he's just being that monster, and him actually being that prototypical monster actually works for me. But I really liked him imposing as well there. I mean, maybe the problem is, you know what? We're still in that Roman era. And until we get out of that Roman era, guys that I feel like could even be transitional champions, I can't even see them doing that because he has such a stranglehold on the fucking titles. I really can't wait for new world champions, even though Roman's been fantastic. I mean, between Gunther and Bronson showed something, and of course there are other guys. A lot of people that I think could be world champion worthy because Roman's just been at it so long, and I think the upper mid
I
card
mean,
and
on
mid card really
SmackDown,
up
we
their
just
game.
had like a big moment, a big triumphant moment for Drew, Sheamus, Strowman, and Ricochet. So that was its own little thing.
Yeah, that was against Imperium, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Gunther's been looking fantastic. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, WWE's in a very interesting pocket where they've got a few legit guys because I could safely say that Roman isn't the only legit guy that they have. Like Gunther after his Rumble performance and just his Intercontinental title reign, because I feel he won the Intercontinental title back in June. Um, Like, yeah, I would say
Ooh.
that he's fucking legit. So I'm really liking how they're building some guys, and I think Bronson Reed, whether he's on the right brand or not, I think it'd be more accurate to say that I think he's on the path to being one of those guys where people would be like, man, I want to see Bronson Reed against, maybe Seth Rollins or whoever the top babyface guy is at the time.
Right.
So that could be interesting.
Yeah, I see where you're
Um,
coming from.
but yeah, I really liked him in the chamber as well. I don't give a shit about Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins. I'm not going to belabor that point. It kind of annoys me that that match is happening. I mean, I've made no secret of that either. But overall, really fun chamber match. So, what did you think of it?
Oh yeah, for sure. The men's chamber, I definitely enjoyed a lot. Like you mentioned, the some of the crazy spots like Montez coming off the roof and Gargano doing the fucking Rana off the top of the pod, and I think did Reed drive anyone through the pods? I forget actually.
I think it was either him or Raquel in the women's chamber
Well,
that
I
ended up
know for a
driving
fact that
people on them.
Raquel did it in the women's chamber. So
Yeah. I don't know if Reed did. I'm going to assume that he did only because I think it's like right there. You know what I mean? Like why wouldn't he do that? But yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure, but yeah, that was a fun chamber. I enjoyed it. Austin Theory's still the US champion. I don't know who I want him to defend it against in Mania. I've been hearing the Cena rumors for a while now. And Foster even just said in chat, by the way, welcome Foster. I never formally welcomed you. He's had a few messages now. Um, he said, have Cena win the U.S. title, do some open challenges, then he drops it to Reed. I think that'd be an interesting choice. And I think that's a choice I wouldn't even necessarily hate. I think Bronson Reed beating Cena to win it, you could set him up for a long, dominant run, maybe even get a feud between him and Lashley. Because with Brock low blowing Lashley at Chamber, it seems like they want to keep Lashley maybe babyface. If they're uniting the Hurt business, maybe they would have a babyface run as a faction. I don't know.
yeah, it
But
seems like it.
Reed Lashley would be an interesting Hoss fight. I would like to see that. So
Yeah,
yeah, I like where your head's at, Foster, for sure.
it would be interesting, but like my concern if they were to do Lesnar versus Bronson Reed would basically just be that they would tell a decent story of can Brock lift Reed, but as soon as he does, he hits an F5 and wins off of it straight away.
I just want to clarify. I did say Lashley versus Reed, so I don't know if you were just personally thinking Lesnar Reed or if
I
you thought
mean,
that's what I said.
yeah, that's fair.
So,
That's fair. Oh my god, I can't fucking speak. Lashley versus Reed definitely sounds more compelling to me than Lesnar versus Reed. Yes.
yeah, dude. Here's the thing. I like Brock, but I wouldn't want Brock against like any of my mid card champions or whatever because like I know who's showing up tomorrow and who isn't, and I'm not gonna have the guy that's showing up tomorrow get bitched out by the guy who isn't.
Yeah.
So, you know, um, yeah, that was the US chamber. I mean, what do you think, man? Now that you've had some time to like really absorb it and think, who do you think Theory's going to defend the US title against? Do you think it's going to be Cena? Do you think it's going to be maybe Ali after a certain
I think they're telling the
story? Do you think
story.
more?
If it's not Cena, which I think it's going to be because we have confirmation that he's going to be showing up on Raw at some point in March. I don't remember which one it was, but
Yeah.
he is going to be on a Raw in early March. I want to say like the first half of March or so. So yeah, it's probably just going to be Cena. But my backup plan, I would assume, is going to end up being Gargano.
Okay, because of the whole way connection and everything else, right?
Yeah, I think they're kind of
Yeah.
telling like they're kind of subtly telling that story in the background just in case Cena doesn't work out, kind of thing.
Yeah, I actually like where your head's at. That makes a lot of sense to me. Um, so do we want to talk about the women's chamber, which I
The
really
women's
liked?
chamber, I think I actually enjoyed the women's chamber more than the men's chamber, or at the very least, I feel like I remember it better than I remember the men's chamber, which probably just means I enjoyed it more.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just straight away, we know Asuka's going to Mania. She's facing Bianca
Thank
Belair. Should be,
Christ.
yeah, like
That
it should be
match,
a
I know
great
it.
match.
I think we've pretty much got confirmation that that match is not main eventing either night of Mania, but it fucking should.
Yeah, dude, that match is gonna hopefully pop the fuck off.
That match right there is the
Yeah,
women's equivalent of Roman Cody, not Ronda Charlotte, which I've actually been seeing now. Ronda Charlotte might not even. Wait, I'm sorry, not Ronda Charlotte. Rhea Charlotte. Rhea Charlotte.
yeah,
I'm seeing now though that Rhea Charlotte might not even main event night one. Like we've been getting used to the women's Royal Rumble winner challenging for whatever title they're going after. Main events night one. The men's Royal Rumble challenging for the world title. Main events night two. That might not even be the case. Kevin and Sammy versus the Usos might main event night one with Roman Cody main eventing night two.
And honestly, I mean, I always liked when the women main event, but I don't know. I don't know if storyline wise either feud so far has really earned that main event spot. I can understand the tag titles main eventing in this case. Like the bloodline dissolving or the bloodline having to defend itself off against, these forces of Sammy, Kevin, Cody, like all these people. It has been the storyline, I think, in the company. So it makes sense that they would kind of divvy up
Where
the
you at, dude?
nights. So,
Can you film?
yeah.
Whoa. Ha. Oh, shit. That's weird, dude. So to clarify, I was trying to talk to my mom there. I thought I muted my mic. My mic isn't muting itself like I want it to.
Okay. Um,
You shouldn't be
but
able to hear me right now. My mic is in its upward position, which means it should be muted, but you can hear me anyway.
yes, I can. Yes, I can. Um, awkward. Hello,
Yeah,
Mark. Um, he said, freaking Raquel kicking out of the sunset power bomb. Yeah, that kind
yeah.
of blew my mind too. I'm like, man, fuck off.
That was
Uh,
obnoxious for sure.
but yeah, I mean, Asuka Bianca should be amazing. But to go back to the actual match itself, I love that you and I gave so much praise and really shine a light on Carmella's performance because man, this is the best heel work she's ever done.
I mean, dude,
Holy
it's
crap!
funny that her best work was done before she even entered the actual match. Her best work was in the pod talking shit.
Yeah, dude, it really was. I love that for you. That's so good. Yeah, I don't know, man. Sometimes, I mean, look, same thing with Mark Henry, right? Mark Henry had been around forever, and he struck gold with the Hall of Pain gimmick.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes people time. It's crazy because, like, and I'm not even saying Carmella was talentless before this. I think I always liked her. Certainly liked her more than Charlotte, Nia, and that group that kind of pulled themselves down, crabs in a barrel of talentlessness. Because I always thought like she had something. I like the stuff she did with Truth. That was probably my favorite era of her as a baby face was the stuff she did with Truth because I actually love that on-screen friendship. But yeah, this is her best stuff as a heel by far. Forget the rich and I'm drinking wine and I've got Reggie here
Oh
as my
God.
wine serving guy.
Yeah.
That was
You
like
know
that was
he's in
overplayed.
NXT now, and they actually put him in a mask.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, his
Interesting.
new name in WWE or in NXT, I should say, is Scripts, like SCRYPTS.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a masked
Yeah.
wrestler in NXT now.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
He's still
Ever
doing
ever
his insane like acrobatic shit.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
Scripts.
Alright.
I'm sure Foster
Um,
knows all about that because he's I'm pretty sure he appears more on NXT Level Up than NXT on Tuesdays.
okay, well, good that they didn't give up on the guy, because, like, clearly they must see some value in him, and I hope it works out for both parties, I really do. But yeah, Carmella did great in this. I hate how into Raquel they are, but I guess she did
Dude,
fine too, but,
I am like I know you know that I listen to the Freddie Prinze Jr. podcast, Wrestling with Freddie.
yeah.
I don't think they know about her because they are still really high on her. They're talking about how like she's such this like great role model to young girls and more specifically young Latinos and I'm like or Latina girls I should say and I'm like yeah, she sure would be if she wasn't spreading fucking hateful propaganda on her social media constantly.
Yeah. Yeah, I just ugh. That's kinda where I am with Raquel, is just, ugh. Um Yeah, let me think who else. Nikki Cross is Nikki Cross. Really nothing special there. And Natalia, I mean, she was over with the Montreal crowd, of course, and I guess she was fine, but she's just so forgettable. Just really bland to me in there. Um, yeah, I really do think Carmella, Asuka, and I feel like there was some. Oh, Liv, of
Live.
course. Liv was great, man. Liv, I'm still salty how they fucked her title reign up. Galatea's here. Hi guys, who we talking shit about? Raquel mainly. Ugh.
I mean,
Um.
speaking of Raquel and Liv specifically, that beautiful sunset flip powerbomb spot that Mark mentioned Raquel kicking out of, that was amazing. That was a great freaking moment.
Oh, absolutely. I love that every opportunity Liv has been given, it seems like she knocks it out of the park. I really hope that she'll become women's champion again, preferably this fucking year. Would not complain. And yeah, I just Oh man, I was low key kind of hoping she would win. Like if it wasn't Asuka, like I really wanted it to be her.
Right.
And then when she got eliminated, I'm like, oh please Asuka. So thank God Asuka pulled it off. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and
man,
she got
Liv.
eliminated via that double submission between Natalia's sharpshooter and Asuka's crossface, and she just passed out.
Yeah,
Or no, it wasn't even a crossface. It was like the double armbar that she beat her with on Friday.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they've done that before, where like Liv will just pass out to really intense submission. So I guess it does show a quote unquote tough side. But it's like I don't want her to just be tough. I want her to win.
Right.
Like give my girl some wins. God damn. But yeah, I don't really think I have anything else to say about Liv or any of that. Is there any other points you want to make about the women's chamber that stood out to you and that you liked?
I mean, I hate to give her credit because of the bullshit, but I mean, Raquel had a really impressive performance in the chamber without a doubt.
I did notice she didn't seem to hurt anybody or be reckless. I will give her credit for that. And
The pod spots were awesome.
yeah, I got dude, one other thing I have to give credit to for the women's chamber, maybe even more than the men's, maybe. I'd actually have to go back and watch the men's already to make this point. I felt like the cinematography in the women's chamber, like the camera shot with that pod spot, I thought was perfect.
Yeah,
I'm like, man, and I'll give credit to the men's chamber now that I think about it. The camera that they had for Montez's spot on the ceiling. Yeah, the camera work in this, for all the cutting problems it has and everything that people talk about all the time, camera work was pretty solid, I think, for both those matches because I think you really got the full effect of a
yeah.
lot of the devastating spots. So that was pretty
I
cool
feel like
too.
in pro wrestling, I'm more likely to notice bad camera work, like the constant jump cuts that fucking Kevin Dunn is known for at this point,
Yeah, yeah,
than really good camera work. Like really good camera work's hard for me to really notice because the best camera work for wrestling is the kind that you shouldn't notice because it's like it's the kind that allows you to just focus on the match, you know?
yeah, yeah. Um, all right. Lesnar Lashley, we kind of touched on that. Kind of a finisher fest, and then Brock just low blows Lashley to end it. And so now it seems like it's going to be Brock versus Bray at Mania. I, God,
Ew.
I don't know how I feel about anything anymore. I really don't. Um, Cause like I thought Brock would have or excuse me, I thought Bray would have faced Uncle Howdy, but it seems like they're all the same person. And I don't I don't know anymore, y'all. Like, on one hand, I know that I'll always love Bray because again, his first promo back had me crying my fucking eyes out. And we go from that to me just being like, okay, so you're everyone. So you might have multiple personalities. So are you not fighting for redemption anymore? Because I was really into that story of you like really looking at the darkness within yourself, saying that you're the problem, and in a wrestling context, of course, wanting to confront. Why can't I just get that story? Because I thought I was going to get it with Kevin Owens. I didn't get it with Kevin Owens. Then I thought I'm getting it with Bray Wyatt. Doesn't seem like I'm getting it. Like, is redemption so bad in this company that nobody wants to do it? Like, I just imagine that writers are being like, I don't know. They've done really shitty and weird things. Maybe we should have them go on a journey of self-actualization where they're introspective. They go through conflicts. They realize that forgiveness isn't easily handed out, that sometimes you'll never even achieve it. But the important thing is that you can forgive yourself. That's how you open up the future, how you liberate the future from the past. And every other writer just looks at them like, if you ever come in here with that fuck shit again, and it's just like they don't do it. It's like, no, instead of that, we got to have them double down, go back to their problems because they realize their problems made them winners. And then the other writers just weekly like, no, and then get overruled. So, like, I don't know what the fuck's going on over there. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there, but I have not gotten my redemption story with either Kevin Owens or Bray. And even let's talk about Kevin for a second, since we're just kind of like zigzagging all over here. Actually, no, we'll save Kevin because the whole Sammy dynamic is getting a bit more interesting. But yeah, Brock low blowed Lashley. How do we feel about Brock going back to being heel? Do you think that seems like a good fit for him, right? Given that he rarely shows up, he could be on that cocky shit.
Yeah,
So I
I
guess it
don't
works.
know. I mean, I was kind of getting used to smiling Farmer Brock, honestly.
I was too, man. I mean, he used a tractor in a last man, or excuse me, like
It
he
was like
used a what was it, forklift? No, not a forklift.
a backhoe,
What
kind of.
a backhoe? Yeah, something in that last man standing match in fucking summer. Yeah, like Farmer Brock is awesome. Uh, so yeah, yeah, that's something. And or Mark actually corrected. He said in the chat, Lashley versus Bray. I thought Bray wanted to face the winner of that. Well, yeah, I guess since Bobby won by DQ, he did want the winner. So Lashley versus Bray, though, in a way, it's kind of even weirder because at least with Brock, I knew that Brock had history with the Wyatt family years ago. Lashley, there's like no connection there. So like, what's going on there? I'm still confused. Man,
Bulldozer, that's what it was. A bulldozer.
it was okay, it was a bulldozer.
Like the
Um,
Samoan bulldozer.
I was thinking about him today. Oh God, so good. Yeah, Bray. I love you, brother, and I really do wish you well, and I'm hoping you found peace and everything, because God knows that man has been through enough on some real shit. But I don't know what the fuck you're talking about anymore. And that's me. I feel like I've stuck it out with this dude for a long time. Even when other people were like, I have no idea what the fuck he's saying. I'm like, no, but it's just so interesting and deep. And now I gotta give the game up. I don't know what the fuck you're doing anymore. So like I feel like those people, when they really read long text messages, they're like, I'm happy for you, or I'm sorry that happened. I didn't read it, so I'm just covering my bases. That's kind of me with Bray. I'm sorry that happened to you, or I'm glad that happened. I don't know which. Um, so yeah, hopefully Bray Lashley is good. Heel Brock. I wonder who Brock will work then at Mania if he's freed up and he's not going to work Bray, because Brock is going to miss a Mania payday.
Well,
No
yeah.
fucking way.
Apparently, Brock versus Omos is a thing.
Is that what? Oh wow, kind of a waste of Brock to me. I don't even necessarily hate Omos, but like I didn't think that he had developed enough for a Brock match. Oh God, Riddle's gonna come back in time to try and angle for a match with Brock Lesnar. Yeah, I guess Brock Moss is fine. I really can't think of anybody else unless he would face like a Gunther or a Reed. But I already know that Gunther, or I shouldn't say I know. That's arrogant. I strongly believe he's gonna face Sheamus McIntyre. I've been saying that for the IC title, and now Mark is saying Amos called him out Monday through MVP. So yeah, that really seems like the way that they're going. That is, I guess, for the visual of Brock F5ing Amos, it'll be a WrestleMania moment, but it seems like a weird matchup. But then with Brock, is Brock a heel though? Because Amos still seems like a heel. He doesn't seem like a babyface right now. Again, I don't know what the fuck's happening because I'm like, isn't
Me
Brock a
neither,
heel?
man. Me
So
neither.
isn't it weird with him going against another heel? Because like, if
I
Brock
will
can
say
face other
Triple
heels,
H is far less tone deaf than Vince. So maybe Triple H understands that Brock can do what he did at Chamber, get cheered for it, and not have to turn heel for it.
that's yeah. Actually, you know what? That kind of makes sense. Yeah, yeah, I could see that.
That's kind of
I
how I'm
just
looking at it at this point.
I think I could get away with it. I almost would have preferred Lesnar versus Reed. Honestly, I feel like you could have put Reed on the map instantly, having him in there with a hoss like Brock. But then again, I
We talked
know.
about that earlier, and I was like, no, it's not a good idea.
Yeah, because you thought I said Lesnar first, but I did say Lashley.
Yeah,
But I don't even necessarily hate a Lesnar Reed matchup. I don't know.
but
I
again,
mean,
I
Reed
feel
would
like
have to
that.
go over to me, but
I feel
yeah.
well. First of all, I don't think that would happen. But second of all, I feel like the match would revolve around can Brock lift him up, and then when he does, which of course he can, he would just hit him with an F5 and win with it. Like look, Reed's not kicking out of an F5.
Yeah. Uh, but like I don't know. The problems you have with Reed, like that's completely valid. But that's kind of the problem I have with Amos. I don't feel like Amos, despite his height and everything, I don't think he has a power level to beat Brock Lesnar. Like Mark said that, and I'm like, I don't believe that. Not that I don't believe Mark. I don't believe Omos in that match. I just don't believe that he can
It's
beat
less
Brock
about
Lesnar.
believing something and more about believing in something. You don't believe in Omos as an equal to
No,
Brock.
no, I don't
Right.
at all.
I
Like if
totally
that's
feel you on that. I think that's more than reasonable of a concern.
yeah, like yeah, if that's really what it comes down to, then I'll own it. Yeah, I'll own it. I don't believe in him as an equal to Brock Lesnar, and I don't know if WWE can convince me in that time. Um, Foster said her business and Lashley interfere to help Amos win. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know, man. See, this is why like I've been enjoying Mania season, or really I should say, let me actually qualify that statement further. I've been enjoying the excitement around Mania season, but I'm almost excited to get beyond Mania and really see when they're going to do a draft and how the drafts are going to come out, because maybe it'll actually make me want to watch one of the brands, because right now I feel like some of these storylines need to end before they even start. Like hearing about some of the stuff they're coming out with, I'm like, wow, I'm really not into that like at all. Um So, what else from Chamber? I mean, obviously Roman Sammy happened, but I'm wondering if anything before that happened that's worth talking about. Um, I can't think of anything. So I guess we'll just talk Roman Sammy a bit. Now that you've had time to process the matchup a little bit, how did you feel about Roman Sammy? Have you had any like changing opinions, or is your opinion still the same? Or
The match was made by the crowd, in my opinion.
yeah, Montreal was definitely special that night for sure.
Yeah, that match in a vacuum was okay, but not special. That match with that crowd was beyond special, incredible.
Yeah, goddamn. Yeah, I will say I like the match ultimately, but I think really that finish was confusing to me a little bit.
The
I
match,
like
the finish was very underwhelming.
yeah. Yeah, cause like, I like that Jay didn't necessarily make a choice because I didn't expect that, and I think it actually shows more complexity and dimension to the Jay character, that he doesn't just immediately double down on his loyalty, like, he is genuinely questioning things. I think that's healthy. I think that's normal when you've gotten the perspective that Jay's gotten, with Sammy being in the fold and Sammy kinda getting in his ear a little bit.
You said that you
Um,
saw the segment on SmackDown between Sammy and Jimmy.
I did, I actually did watch that, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they're really going to drag this out.
Yeah, I
But it's just going to end up where we left off. It's just going to end up with Jay siding with Jimmy. Maybe they'll be like able to like get out of Roman's grasp. Maybe that might be the one positive to come out of it. But I still feel like Jimmy and Jay are going to end up back together regardless because we got to do that WrestleMania match, right?
yeah, and I mean, Jay has said to Jimmy, like, "I've always got your back." I
Right.
think it would be more interesting if he sides with Jimmy, but to your point, they still get out from under Roman's thumb.
Yeah.
Um, Dude, they could even maybe tell that story within the tag match itself. Like maybe when Sammy and Jay are sharing the ring, there is a bit of that reservation and hesitancy because they do still care about each other, but they've got to protect their real family. You know, when Sammy and Kevin reconcile, which I want to talk about that at length, but we'll get to that a bit later. And of course, Jay and Jimmy. And then maybe night two after Roman potentially drops the title, which God, I hope he doesn't lose to Cody. And we've already kind of talked about that extensively. But if he does, maybe they just double super kick Roman out of their lives, and that'd be pretty fucking sweet. I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, Jay not doing anything. Roman shoving him. Sammy accidentally spearing him broke my heart because I really do like that
That
on
was
screen
so
relationship.
frustrating to me.
I know. It's like, God damn it. Of course, Sammy had to spear him. So now Jay has like an out to be shitty to Sammy and double down on the bloodline. It's like, God damn it. Um, and then Roman just using the chair easily, and then another spear, and then a 3 count. It's like, I don't know. In a way, I feel like Montreal got done a little dirty. I mean, not as dirty as 97 with the infamous screw job, but
Right.
just in the sense of like, you were telling this whole story of like Sammy being this huge underdog and, he can win it. And then, like,
He screws
that's how he gets
himself
taken.
basically by being
Exactly. Yeah.
reckless and just charging after Roman with a spear when Jimmy or when Jay was clearly right behind him. Roman gets out of the way, Sammy spears Jay, and the match just ends from there. That was to me that was like the bad part of the match, and it just went worse from there.
Yeah. Yeah, for a master strategist, that wasn't very strategic. Uh,
God.
but yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Beth and Edge did happen, Caster says. That was the one match I was forgetting. Low key highlight of the show.
Great
That
match.
mixed
Yeah,
fucking
that was a
tag match.
lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I know you really enjoyed it. I was really pleased with how much you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too, but I think you enjoyed it more than I did. And I definitely agree with you. The women definitely carried that match,
Yep.
which again, I'll say again that if Rhea does win the title at Mania, I hate that I have to say if because it should be an emphatic when. I really would love her to have a very brief program with Beth, maybe even just one pay-per-view if they get a good enough stuff on TV. Women's title defense beats her, and then bam.
Well, dude,
Welcome
this is.
Javars.
I feel like this match was another great example of how fucking good Rhea Ripley is. Because like Beth Phoenix isn't moving like she used to. Like
No.
she's still not bad by any means. Like I'd rather watch a match between her and literally anyone than I'd watch like of Natalia versus anyone. But like Beth ain't no spring chicken. She don't move that well anymore. And Rhea is in there bumping her ass off for her, making her look amazing. Again, I think you could argue that, like, while we could argue that the women carried this match, it was really Rhea's back that it was getting carried on.
Yeah. No, dude, she really is. Like you talk about ring generals, I 100% regard Rhea as a ring general. I feel like if I was a woman in that company and I was working with Rhea, I'd feel so comfortable her just calling the match out there. And I don't know if she's a locker room leader. I don't know what her relationship is with the rest of the locker room, but I kind of hope she is. Just because of how good she is in the ring, being as young as she is. I think she's still only 26, right? So it's like it's nuts how good she is right now. Um, so yeah, good for her, man. Good for her. And I
Yep, 26.
really,
I looked it up.
really hope she beats Charlotte. Well, we'll talk a bit more about that when we get to the SmackDown stuff. But yeah, the tag match was good. But then going back to Roman Sammy, yeah, crowd was excellent. Yeah, Foster, Edge still. I mean, I still, when Ashton told me about that monkey flip gif on Raw between Theory and Edge and the whole open challenge,
That
I
was
was like,
awesome.
damn. I'm so happy for Edge the person, man. There was a
Yeah.
time he thought he'd never get to do this shit again. And not only is he doing it, he's doing it as good as he ever did it relative to his age. Like, hey, if we give Suzuki props, we got to give Edge his flowers. What he's doing out there is amazing. Like, god damn. Um, Oh, hello, Abel. God, Abel, we had an awkward moment last night where Ashton, his alien, like he did an amazing skin for it and he named it Club Venice. And he's like, "Oh, can you guess who Club Venice is?" And I'm like, "Abel!" Just like that. And it was like, "No." And so I wasted a pop on you not being there, and it made me sad. Although your uncle did Club Venice justice, it was amazing. It was really great.
You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
Big Daddy.
Oh, cool.
We wasted the good surprise on you. John's like, I wasted the good pop on you.
Oh man. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah. So Roman Sammy was fine, and then the post match, Kevin Owens coming out, and then cleaning house. I thought he looked like a fucking badass. Abel said he's proud of you, Uncle Ashton. Um, and
Thanks,
then yeah, we
Abel.
get to Raw.
I'm proud of you
Sa-
too, Neff.
oh god. Sammy comes out talking about Montreal and how like it wasn't the ending that he wanted, but he was still grateful and everything else. Calls out Kevin Owens, and oh, God, with Kevin, it's so interesting, man, because I love him. I'll always love
Of
Kevin.
course.
But, I have said, because I try and be fair on here, I don't care that I love somebody. If they're weak on something, like I know I've even criticized John Morrison promos when he was in WWE. He knew he was a bad promo. We all knew he was a bad promo, and thankfully he got better. I actually saw a clip of him. He's back on MLW's Lucha Underground, apparently as John Hennigan, and he turned heel. And everybody in the comments was like, "How many names does this man have?" And I felt bad for him, because I'm like, but that's his real one. That's his identity. But yeah, that's he looks great. He's doing great.
That
But
name's
yeah,
on
like
his birth certificate.
yeah, exactly. But I try and be critical even of my faves when I need to be. And the one thing I'll be critical of, not even necessarily of Kevin himself, but I guess of how he's written and how he's portrayed. This character, man, because like he comes out and he does explain himself. He says, I didn't do what I did," because Sammy sells him this whole thing about, listen, you've tried to take out the bloodline on your own. You couldn't do it. I tried. I couldn't do it. But what if we do it together? Which I'll admit, I didn't want to see them team up. But if we're going by the logics of both men have a motivation to take down the bloodline, they can't do it alone. Let's do it together. It's very similar to how DX reformed in '06 because Michael was being harassed by the McMahons. Triple H at first was benefiting from them. Then he saw the tide was turning. And then he's like, well, fuck this. We'll fight the McMahons. And I know Sean can't do it on his own. I can't do it on my own. So we'll do it together, kind of thing. So they're bonding over a common enemy. I've seen this before. Kevin, though, is like, no, we don't do that here. We're not doing that. I'm not doing that with you because I didn't help you for you. I helped you so that you wouldn't have to witness that, or that your family wouldn't have to witness you getting the crap beat out of you the way my family had to witness my family, or my family wouldn't have to witness me getting the crap beat out of me at Rumble, which you stood by and you did nothing. And I'm like, okay, Kevin, I love you, but several seats, okay? First of all, Sammy hit Roman with a chair. he threw away everything because ultimately he did choose you. And if you've watched certain commentators, mainly like I know Max Landis did a video on it and a few others, it's like maybe you weren't worth that sacrifice. I even said it on Twitter. Like I said, the Kevin Owens character, he better get that redemption because we all remember NXT, which that's another thing. You want to talk about families. You want to talk about families. What about how you treated Sammy in NXT? Imagine that Sammy in character going home to his family. Oh my God, he destroyed your back. Are you all right? And he could barely even move, except maybe nodding his head. Yeah, yeah, I'll be fine. Like, you've traumatized his family, probably. So, like, it's just, it's frustrating because at one moment, the Kevin character will show self awareness, and then he'll be like, no, you're the problem. And I'm like, no, no, no. Everyone's the problem. You got to get it all out there. You got to talk it out. So, like, I'm frustrated. And I'm frustrated because in this story, right, you should want me to want Kevin and Sammy to be together as a tag team. But dude, I gotta be honest with you, and I don't want to speak for you, but I'm actually curious to get your thoughts after I say this. I'm still in a stage where I want Sammy and Jay as the tag team, not
Yes.
Sammy and Kevin. You're the
I'm
same?
telling you, dude, I want Sammy and Jay versus Jimmy and Solo. That is the match I fucking want.
Yeah. We ain't getting it though.
No.
We ain't getting it though,
No.
because like we got to do this shit. It doesn't feel right for these characters right now. It could have maybe if you had written it differently, which isn't even to say that they wrote it bad the way that it is, because I've liked the arcs that they've been on. But here's the thing: I'll continue to like the arcs that they're on if this isn't the payoff. And we've been saying that mainly. We were saying it when it was focused on Sammy being in the Universal Championship picture. But like I'm still saying it, even though he's out of the pit, it doesn't make sense. Kevin hasn't done the work as a character in the introspection to be worthy of a tag team with Sammy. And let's be honest too, I love Sammy, but Sammy really was enjoying being part of the bloodline for a long time. And
Yeah,
like,
he
I don't
felt
know
like it
if
was a
he's ready.
family, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like to me, for Kevin, it comes across as you haven't owned your shit enough and you want to be the victim. And on Sammy's side, to me, it's like, oh, you're just taking any port in a storm. Like it doesn't feel earned anywhere. And I'm like, you know where it does feel earned? Jay going with Sammy because Sammy was the first one to really talk to him like a fucking person. And not just be like, oh, but we're blood though. So you got to do this. Like, I actually did love Sammy's line to Jimmy where it's like, you know what else family doesn't do? It doesn't make you test your loyalty week after week.
Yep.
That was a great fucking line. Like,
Yep.
there is so much more and it's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy because I know if you and I were to do this commentary like 10 years ago, maybe a bit later than that to be fair, but I'm going to say 10 just because, you know, whatever. But like however long ago, if we would do this commentary, I know so many like ROH drones and stuff like that and people that were like super into indies would be down my throat. I don't care how much history Sammy and Kevin have. I don't give a fuck how long they've known each other. I don't care who attended whose wedding. Right now, to me, Jay and Sammy on screen have a more genuine relationship than Sammy and Kevin.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. You can't use back history, especially back history that, by the way, I'm not privy to, and I shouldn't be privy to because that's just creepy. I'm not saying I want to live stream the fucking wedding that Sammy attended, right? I'm just saying that, like, I can only emotionally react to what's presented to me on screen. Like, what do you want me to do with a lot of history that I haven't even seen? I've seen Jay and Sammy, and that shit's compelling. And I agree with you about Jimmy and Solo, given that they've been holding it down. Hell, Jimmy even had a backstage thing with Solo before coming out of the ring to confront Sammy. He was talking to Solo, not Jay. Jay was in the crowd doing his. He was kind of pulling Sammy's look with the fucking hoodie. It's like, oh, I'm wearing hoodies now too. No one will know who I am. Uh, and like, it's just not believable. And whatever Kevin's come to Jesus moment is going to be, where he either saves Sammy or he's like, okay, let's do it. Like, I'm sure it'll pop the crowd, and that's great. But for me, I'm just going to be like, I don't want you two together. I don't want you two together. I want you two to do the work, to grow, maybe give it another year, maybe give it another 2 years. Really do the work and then come and be like, you know what? We have to reunite because maybe there's an obstacle that is too big for us. Because it is the right obstacle. It is absolutely the right obstacle. It's just, it's not the right time. And it just, yeah, to me, it's going to fall flat. Um, Let's see. Mark said Sammy and KO reunion also reminds me of Shield getting back together. Took a lot for Mox to trust Seth again. Yeah, and then look where that went, Mark. Like you're absolutely right about that. But then Mox is the one that does the turn. I'm sure he had a reason. But yeah,
God,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like that era of Ambrose should just be discounted as non-canon because that was literally like Vince knew he was leaving and wanted to fucking humiliate him in front of millions.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, dude, without a doubt. God damn.
Same thing with the revival in their tail end when they were doing the stupid shit too.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree with you, dude. Yeah, fucking Uzi, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, dude, I'm saying.
Oh man. But yeah, I mean, Sammy's promo with Jimmy was great. He brought up how Jimmy was the first one to accept him, but also the first one to turn on him. Like, it was so
Jimmy's
good.
fickle,
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
impotent.
But then, like, see, this is how effective the bloodline is, though, because I'm not saying I agree with them, and I'm not going to be like, oh, Sammy had it coming. But, like, from the mindset of people that have been abused and have been captive to Roman's way of doing things, you could actually sympathize with Jimmy's point of view.
Hmm.
Cause like he's bought in so hard, right? That he's like, oh, you're blaming us, but you're the one that betrayed. And then Sammy had a worthwhile return again with the whole testing every week thing. So there is so much that's so good about this. Sammy and Kevin's relationship itself is the weakest part of all of this. And it's like, God damn. Uh Anything else you want to say about that, man?
Nope.
No. Yeah, again, Rhea and Charlotte and Dom, they all did a little thing on SmackDown. Dom in a promo interaction with Charlotte. I'm sure with a lot of people that sounded like the worst thing on fucking earth. I actually listened to most of it. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I actually liked one line that Charlotte had, and maybe that's because I'm such an Andrade fan that it was more for the Andrade pop than anything else. She kind of shut Dom down because he kept calling her, he kept referring to her as mommy as well, which was weird because I thought he only referred to Rhea as that. And he's like, "Oh, I have a Latino man that I already have a Latino man at home that calls me mommy in a much thicker." So I think she meant it as a double entendre accent. I'm like, oh, Charlotte, I really don't like you, and I never will like you, but
God.
nice Andrade shout out. I miss him. I miss Andrade
Charlotte
a lot,
Flair
actually.
talking about Andrade's girth.
Yeah. God damn. Um.
Uh,
God
You know,
damn.
I saw that line and all it did was make me disgusted that Andrade isn't on my TV every single fucking week.
Dude. Imagine, imagine if you and I were blessed enough to have Santos and Andrade in the same segment. I mean, god damn the manliness. Uh,
Bro, fuck segment in the match together
I know,
against each
dude.
other.
Again, oh my, oh, fuck.
I want
Uh,
Andrade to wrestle every fucking body.
Yes. I will like the video if you like Andrade's girth. I'm gonna click. Yeah.
Nice.
I did it. I like the video.
Amazing.
Um,
You
yeah,
know what,
yeah,
Alex? I'm glad you said that because I was really hoping that Santos would come out while Dom was in Ray's face.
yeah, but none of that happened, which
No!
disappointed me.
Pissed me off, man. Pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah, Oscar, why are you getting big leagued? Well, I mean, you're always getting big leagued if you catch my drift. But you know,
Because he's
yeah, you're like the shrinky dink addiction of a wrestler. But why are you getting
God.
punked out by your own son? I mean, goddamn,
Oh.
dude. Dude, here's the thing. I like and chokehold air quotes Dom because he is a guilty pleasure on some level. But even me, like, I started to corpse because he comes off as such a punk bitch. Hit me. He's like that kid on the playground that desperately wants to prove something because his parents are going through a divorce at home and he's taking it out on the playground. Like, are Ray and Angie? I mean, they seem okay. They had a Valentine's dinner that Rhea and Dom crashed. So I don't know what the fuck's going on over there. Um, but yeah, man, it's fucking wild. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there. Um, Ray didn't hit him. I will say though, hey, I actually, you know what? I'm glad we're talking about this because I actually do have one concern. So let me go in order here because a lot of my thoughts are like all jumbled up. So first of all, I will give the storyline credit. It did get a pop from the crowd when Ray actually showed a bit of like spine for the first time and went head to head with Dom, like literally his head to Dom's head. Like, oh, stop fucking do it. Like, I will take you out of the woodshed kind of thing. Crowd popped huge because they thought Ray hitting him was close. We already know Dom's getting heat because you want to talk about Elimination Chamber, multiple fuck you Dominic chants. Now, here's
Nice.
my concern. I don't want Dom to be in Rhea's corner for her match with Charlotte because
No.
I don't want Dom to hijack the match unintentionally by
Yeah.
being there. I want Rhea, the spotlight to be on her. And that is something that I wanted to think to bring up on the show. And I'm so glad I remembered. I really, really hope Dom isn't at ringside. Honestly, hope he doesn't even get involved in the match at all. I want Rhea and Charlotte to have a straight up match.
That would be
I'm only
ideal.
saying all this because obviously I highly doubt that that's going to happen. But Dom's getting such heat from crowds right now that I wouldn't want him to detract from Rhea. And I think there's actually a very real chance of that happening. I mean, do you think I'm being like out of pocket or do you think
No,
that's a valid concern?
not even a little.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very concerned about that.
Yeah.
Um,
Understandably.
I
And
mean,
more,
yeah,
I would say, reasonably.
yeah. I I guess this is good for Dom. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'll tell you, it's really people are happy for him now because I actually am seeing a lot of people like in YouTube comments on his videos and stuff like that, and on Twitter being like, "Man, he's really turned it around. Judgment Day is the best thing to happen to him." I have to wonder what post Judgment Day Dom is going to be like, and if he's still going to get any kind of reaction with the crowd, or he's going to be dead in the water again. Like, I just have to wonder if this is his lightning in a bottle that he's not going to be able to keep in the bottle. But yeah, I mean, he's still wanting that fight with Ray, and I don't know if this is going to end in a WrestleMania match or not. You would have to think that it fucking would. I mean, come on. How long are you going to do this without a payoff? And I get that Javaris is thinking like Santos Dom. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. And if Santos challenges Dom, and Dom is getting this kind of heat, I hate to say it because I fucking love Santos in so many ways, but maybe Dom should go over because the big payoff should be Ray Dominic. So like, but I don't want Dom to beat Santos because that kills me inside. So like, it makes me so conflicted. Fuck. Because narratively, it should be that like a father is the only one that can handle his son. You can't have anybody else solve your family problems but you, right? So like, mask up and fucking do it. You know, fucking handle your kid.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's like Santos is so good. I used to say all the time during his NXT run, he's a main eventer waiting to happen. And I'll have him lose to fucking Dominic Mysterio. Fuck that. God. Oh, yeah, I really don't like it. I really don't like it no matter how I look
I
at it.
will say, I know based on a graphic that was posted recently that while WWE is doing much better than AEW as far as audience diversity goes, AEW has a very white audience, as if we didn't already fucking know.
Yeah.
The one category that WWE is really kind of struggling in is the Latinos. They're not as good in Latinos as far as like compared to black viewership. Like so, for example, the TV universe, quote unquote, is estimated to be around 61% white, 18% Latino, 13% black. The WWE's viewership is somewhere around 55% white, 14 to 15% Latino, so lower than the TV universe, but then like 24, 25% black. So they're doing great among the black audience, not so good against the Latino audience though. So they got to do something there. And I always felt like Andrade could be that guy, and now it feels like Santos should be that guy. I don't know what the fuck they think they're doing with Dom, but he ain't it. He ain't fucking it. The dude's out here wearing a fucking mullet, aka the Tennessee top hat. I don't know if you've heard it called that before, but it is
Uh,
a name for it. Like the hairstyle of white supremacists across the country. Like Dom ain't it. Dom ain't gonna appeal to the fucking Latino viewership. Santos will. We
yeah.
already know
No,
Ray
he
does, but
absolutely
Ray's
will.
appeal only works for so long. Like, it wears thin quickly because he's been around for so long. It's one of those things. But like Santos, you get him associated with Ray, you get him to help Ray put his little shit child in place, teach him a lesson or two. That's chef's kiss. Beauty. Beautiful.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, man. I have to agree with you.
By the way, since I'm just talking about the numbers, AEW Dynamite 69% white.
Damn. Brought to you by Wonder Bread. Sponsored,
Bro,
yeah.
it's literally the ROH audience, I'm telling you.
God damn.
Rampage is a little bit better, 64% white, but that's still a higher rate of white viewers than the TV Universe estimate, which is 61%.
Wow. Okay. That was depressing. Let's see. What else? Is there anything to talk about on the WWE side of things? I don't even know if we want to talk about AEW because I barely saw anything this week, and you said it was fucking
Moxley
trash. So I
bled
honestly,
like a stuck pig this week. I'm sure that'll bring in new viewership.
God, I know MJF had a segment. You know what I was thinking? Because
Because
I've been
clearly,
in.
when I'm looking for something to watch, one thing that really turns me on and makes me want to just not change the channel is a reenactment of fucking Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, Abel said, as a Latino demo, we need more telenovela-esque storylines. Now, let me ask you people, if your product isn't even appealing to Abel, do you even deserve to exist? I personally think not, but it's just one man's opinion. Mark said, Dynamite sucked. Look, I've been in a weird mood where I've been popping myself lately, and I was taking, actually, no, I shouldn't finish that sentence. I should say that I was in the bathroom today, and I was thinking to myself, for all of MJF's, like, cheap heat quips, I'm glad to be a poor because then I don't
Taking a
have to
shower,
pay
totally taking a shower.
it. Yeah, but no, I was thinking for all of MJF's cheap heat quips or quips, I was like, I'm glad to be a poor because I don't have to pay attention. So yeah, I didn't listen to his promo. It was whatever. I don't know what they're fucking doing with him. Because he's had
Do
some
you
weird promos
remember?
apparently.
Do you remember Tyler Kuhn Williams?
No.
We followed him for a little bit because he was talking about Stardom and Joshi stuff. Um, but he put out a video. I think it was a TikTok actually recently, basically explaining why people are over MJF already. And I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head. The MJF character literally has not changed at all in its entire existence. It's the same now as it was in 2019 when he first debuted with AEW. He literally hasn't changed. He's teased changing multiple times. He's acted like he was changing. He's acted like he was going to change multiple times. But every time an opportunity arises for him to change, he just doubles down and keeps being exactly the same way he's always been.
Yep. Yep.
Character
Yep. Yep.
progression? What's that? It's almost exactly what they did with Daniel Garcia. Like, character progression? Never met her.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Um. Yeah, man. I see the stuff they're doing on AEW, and I'm like, God, no. Just no. Fuck.
Oh, we did get a little bit of an update for AEW Revolution, which I believe is obviously not today. I think it's a week from today, actually. I think
God, I can't tell you how excited I am to miss
to
it.
not
I'm
watch it.
so psyched. Yeah.
But the update I wanted to tell you about though, we're getting Jamie Hayter versus Soraya versus Ruby Soho in a triple threat for the women's title.
Interesting. Glad to see Ruby in the title hunt, honestly. Good for
Yeah,
her.
she's been doing really well lately, and she, Jamie actually proposed that match.
I will say there was one good thing on AEW. No, I didn't watch it. I only saw the thumbnail because it was really close to us going live. Apparently, fucking Archer's back. He returned on
On
Rampage.
Rampage last night. Oh yeah, I actually do need to apologize. It's not next Saturday. It's next Sunday. It's 8 days from right now.
Okay, okay.
Not that you care either way, because you're not going to be watching it either way. But yeah,
Nope. I'm talking to you. How was your Sunday, bud? Great. I didn't watch AEW. Me too.
I probably will watch it actually.
Oh, why
I'll
do that
probably
to
watch it
yourself?
with the boys in the Discord. You know how it is.
Oh God, you're a saint, man. God damn. But yeah. I'll tell you, there is still one thing I'm enjoying in AEW. Christian.
He
Christian is
returned. Yeah, he's great. I love him.
he tenderized Jungle Boy's face because Jungle Boy was like, "Can I really do the concerto? I don't know. I mean, I guess I can." And then bam, right in the balls. That's what your indecision gets you, you little bitch. God, that was
Oh my
fucking
god, you
great.
just made me realize we actually had multiple low blows this week. We had the Christian one on Jungle Boy, and we also had Brock Lesnar's on Bobby Lashley in the match to get disqualified.
If you don't protect your nuts, that's a you problem. Get better. Fuck. So yeah, I just want to take this opportunity since we have something good to talk about to say that Christian was 100% in the right.
Yes.
And Jungle Boy, if Christian really was a father figure, then allow me to be the one to say that you were a fucking disappointment as a son. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Yeah, Christian
Correct.
for everything,
Yes.
honestly. if Christian was AEW World Champion, and this is no cap, no fucking cap. If Christian was AEW World Champion right now, he'd be 100 times more compelling than MJF. He has a
Yes.
superior promo. For all the talk of blue dots, I would say he has a superior face. And that low blow, fucking amazing. So I will say though, MJF also seems quite fond of low blows because I saw he low blowed Christopher Daniels. So that was something. I don't even know if that was this week or if that was last week, but I know he had a segment with Daniels recently, where he kind of kicked him in the nuts. So yeah, people need to start wearing cups in pro wrestling, man. It's an epidemic out here.
How long before it's a pandemic?
Ooh,
Dun dun
ooh.
dun.
Oh man, the suspense. And okay, so I know Javaris has really been talking about it in chat. What even happened with Keith Lee, or did just nothing happen with Keith Lee, and that's the
Oh
problem?
no, there, dude, you gotta see the picture. Are you in the Discord? Are you actually in Discord right now?
I can log in really quickly if I'm not. It wouldn't really be
Yeah,
much. Hold on a second.
yeah,
Oh, what is this going to be? Wrestling discussion?
yeah. Wrestling discussion. You want to scroll up past the minions GIF, past the go to red alert shields at maximum, past the picture of the face of the Revolution ladder match, and then there it is.
Damn. Okay. I also got tagged in something apparently.
That's not surprising. Oh, you probably just got tagged in me pinging everyone.
Let's see.
I didn't add everyone, so that probably caught you.
Yep. Add everyone. Oh, right. Yep. 12 on. Okay, yeah. So wait. Wrestling discussion. You said go past the minions, right?
Go past the minions and then go past, yeah, like the, yeah. Go, there's a face of the Revolution ladder match picture, and it's right above that.
Right above that. I'm no. I am
I
missing
mean, it's like
something.
10, 15 messages above that. You got to scroll a little bit.
All right. Get,
It's Keith with Old Dust.
oh God.
What was
Oh
that? Was that
God.
your reaction to seeing it?
Oh God. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Really? First of all, what the fuck is Keith wearing? Like, is that supposed to be like a priest robe or what the
It
fuck's
looks
going
like
on
one
there?
for sure, doesn't it?
Second of all, like, I like Keith with the gray hair, but I just got to own my truth and
He
I got
needs
to
a
be
beard.
honest. He needs a beard, first of all. I do agree with that. But then pairing him with Dustin, who is like really old, like, that's not a good look. That's not a good look at all. Are they a tag team or are they facing each other? What are they doing?
They're partners, I think. It seems that way, at least, which is like even more disgusting because you really split up the tag team that was arguably holding both Swerve and Keith back, only to put Swerve in a shitty faction with two white boys and Keith in another shitty tag team with an old white boy. What the fuck, Tony?
God fucking damn.
And then, hey, while we're here, why don't you take a look at who's in the Face of the Revolution ladder match that you scroll past?
So we have
There's
Takeshita.
one. There's one really genuinely exciting person in there. One or two or three also pretty exciting, but not as. And then two guys that I don't hate, and then two guys that I do hate.
I'm excited about Takeshita. Really excited about AR Fox and Eddie Kingston.
Yes, AR Fox is the one for me. He's who I'll be rooting for.
Is that fucking Action Andretti
Yep,
and Sammy Guevara?
of course. Would you like to know how these guys earned their way into this match?
How?
Oh, they didn't. They just got put in it.
Why you gotta do me like that, man?
They earned it by being chosen by Tony Khan.
Who's the guy next to Takeshita?
Ortiz?
Okay, that's Ortiz, and then the guy next to him in the mask is that? Wait, is that Phoenix?
No, it's Commander.
I'm so old and in the way. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
He's a new guy who's debuting on Dynamite this coming week.
So he already gets to be in a ladder match. Oh my god.
Bro, shiny new toy. You know this.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Takeshita, Ortiz, Commander, Action Andretti, Sammy Guevara, Powerhouse Hobbs, Eddie Kingston, AR Fox.
Well, if Bandito and Keith Lee aren't in it, I'm gonna say it. Go Kingston or Takeshita or AR Fox.
Yeah.
Those three. If one of those three win, I'm a happy fucking guy.
Yeah,
So
Javaris, I think, definitely has the most salient point here. Where the fuck is Bandito, and why is he not in this?
where
Why?
the fuck has Bandito been?
Why is Action Andretti getting Bandito's push? Is what I want to know. Really,
God, I want to say something really mean right now, but I
say
also
it.
want to be grounded.
Say it.
No, no,
No,
no. It's
say
really
it.
mean. I think I actually prefer Osprey's face to Andretti's.
I
Like,
agree. I agree. Me too. At least Osprey's original. Action Andretti's a fucking dollar store ripoff of Osprey.
I mean, he almost got the face right, but like, Jesus Christ. Oh, dude, I gotta be honest. I hate this fucking company. I really do.
It could have
Where the
been.
fuck is
It
been?
could have been. It could have been. It could have been Takeshita, AR Fox, Eddie Kingston, right? I like that trio. Bandito, Swerve, Keith Lee, Miro.
Bro, no cat. If you would have told me that was the ladder match, I would have been like, "Hey, Ashton, how would you feel about reacting to that one match?"
Yeah.
Because I would want to see it. I would want to see. I don't want to see this, even with the three guys that I really like in there. No, no, because I'll tell you, knowing AEW, Sammy Guevara is gonna fucking win it, and like,
You're not even
ew,
wrong. Who's the TNT champion right now? Joe, right?
Joe. I think, yeah,
Something tells me Eddie's gonna win it.
dude, I fucking hope so. Cause like MJF's gonna beat Danielson. Like Danielson's not winning.
Sad.
I I've been saying MJF's gonna go on a monster fucking run. And the
I
only
know
problem
you
I
keep
have
saying you think he's gonna hold the title until 2024 and use it as a bargaining chip.
exactly, yeah, in storyline. Yeah, 100%.
In my
And
opinion, even if that was AEW's plan at one point, they should fucking toss that shit in the trash and just put the goddamn title on Danielson and move the fuck on from the MJF experiment.
I don't know if Tony Khan has that level of self-awareness, my guy. Like I agree with you actually,
You
but
are hilarious for saying you don't know when you know damn well he doesn't.
it's like, no, we don't do that here. I'm gonna tell you what it is right now. No. No. Oh,
Tony
I hate
Khan and
this.
self awareness. God, that's like asking me not to overthink something. Fuck.
Oh shit, that's bad. We're fucked. Oh god, fuck this company, man, dude.
Especially
Like,
because they've officially built up a legion of like basically yes men like fans like what's the word no, not nepotist.
sycophants.
Thank you. Yeah, they've basically built up an army of sycophant fans who would just accept everything they do and tell them it's great. And those are just the fans that Tony Khan will listen to at this point. And anyone that's even mildly critical of the product is just a hater, and they get blocked on Twitter and they just get ignored. So, like, yeah, it's a self-perpetuating cycle at this point. They're fucked.
I would say I don't want to be that guy, but that would be wholly disingenuous. I do want to be that guy, and I am being that guy right now. Tony Khan is unhinged. Like, when you told me he got into something with Ariel Helwani, we're like, oh, you're not even a real jerk. Like, really? Fandango did it better, first of all. Second of all, the fuck are you doing? Like, you're the face of a company as far as, like, ownership and everything, and this
Well,
is
dude,
how you
that's the
act. Like,
problem, though, isn't it? Tony Khan is the face of AEW right now, not Chris
yeah.
Jericho, not MJF, not Brian Danielson, not John Moxley, not Kenny Omega. It's Tony Khan. He is the face of the fucking company. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
He needs to take, I would say, multiple steps back, hand some keys out to other people who can do jobs better than he can by himself, and let the company run itself rather than him having his hands in fucking everything.
Yeah, dude. I just, again, I don't know if this is me being old and bitter, but we're in a weird place where, like, why is WWE seemingly to me, again, I want to stress to me, I would never want to speak for Ashton or any of our chat here. Um, aw, Abel and you are so cute. I love your friendship. But no, like, how is WWE the best American company right now? Because, like,
Dude,
dude,
it really is. It unironically is. Like you mentioned TNA the other, I don't even remember what we were watching. I really don't. But whatever we were watching, you mentioned TNA being trailer trash, and I was just like, oh my god, you just described it so perfectly. So I'm gonna just call it that. Yeah, TNA is like trailer trash wrestling. ROH is like the baby subsidiary now of AEW. AEW is ROH through a WWE lens, and WWE is still WWE, but at least they have some good things going for them, which is more than I can say for almost anyone else.
What the fuck is going on? Is like I know sometimes people as like certain communities like, oh, are the straights okay? Are the whites okay? Is pro wrestling okay? Because I feel like pro wrestling's kind of tilting its fucking face off right now.
Yeah,
Honestly,
even
like
Alex Foster in chats like, is WWE the best because it's good or because everything else is bad? And honestly, Alex, in my opinion, it's more the latter than the former. I don't think WWE is that great right now. I think the Bloodline storyline exclusively is good. Everything else is mid at best. It just so happens that there aren't any other storylines or any other wrestling companies doing anything better than mid either. So the bare fact that WWE has the Bloodline storyline makes it better than everything else.
and that honestly, dude, when you put it in those terms, which I don't even disagree with, I really don't ultimately disagree with it. I would say also Gunther's been pretty well with
Gunther was
Imperium,
on
but
my mind too. Yeah, Gunther and
yeah,
hopefully eventually Rhea are like the highlights. I think for me personally, like right now, the number one thing I look forward to is the Bloodline. Number two is watching Rhea Ripley perform, and then number three, actually, I would say number three would be Asuka, and then number four is Gunther. Those are like the things that are like, yes, this is good. This is me actually enjoying the product and not just kind of having it on to have it on.
yeah, yeah. It's so weird to me because, like, again, what was I even going? Oh yeah, okay, I remember what I wanted to say originally. I don't even necessarily disagree with you on the whole, which is why it's so terrifying, though, because that just shows how bad the rest of pro wrestling in America is right now. Um, God damn. Like, here's the thing. I'm not even necessarily saying Stardom is perfect. Stardom has done
No,
things that I disagree with. Looking at you, Nane.
fuck
Um,
Nanae Takahashi.
always and forever in this fucking house. If I ever, even jokingly a scumbag, give Nane any credit, I want you all to collectively disown me so I feel the sting of my own shitty decisions. Um, but yeah, Stardom isn't necessarily perfect either, but god damn, like I really think if you and I weren't covering Stardom, we'd be having extensive conversations about what TWitWoW even fucking is, because I wouldn't even know what the fuck to do. I'd be like, John, you want to talk about this? Not really. It kind of sucks. Do you have anything you'd want to say besides the fact that it sucks? No. And like that, that would be it. Like it's just so weird. And WWE has a unique opportunity here to actually stay ahead of the race, depending on how the draft goes post Mania. If you have good
I
rosters
really
and you
hope we
commit to a
actually
plan,
get a draft post mania, man. I really do.
was there a
Really, I
rumor that we
think
wouldn't?
just changing the products up, changing the rosters up, and then enforcing a hard brand split would do so much to improve both products, in my opinion.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, Post-Mania with a lot of stories that seemingly are coming to a head can be really interesting if they play their cards right.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, dude. Like, okay, let me just be blunt here going down the line. Impact's not getting its shit together. This is
No.
it for Impact. I think the audience it has now,
I
that's
mean,
just its audience now.
you
Like,
could
I don't
argue that Impact tells good stories. The problem is they tell those stories with the wrong people consistently every single goddamn time.
tell them to the wrong people and like, that
Not,
that
I didn't
audience.
say two. I said with like
Oh,
the actual
well,
performers
yeah,
that they
with the wrong
use. They
people, and,
just
and I guess what I meant is that the crowds are just so small now because they blew every big TV deal they had when they had like
right,
Russo, Hogan, and Bischoff. Like they pissed away their golden years. So this pool that they're working with now, I don't ever see them getting out of that pool
right.
at all. Javaris, I wasn't even thinking about NWA because it is in the dirt.
Because they're fucking
Uh,
irrelevant.
yeah,
Why would we
like,
think about a company that is literally pointless,
but
irrelevant
I think it's
completely?
just to add on to the point where even like, is NWA even an indie or are they on TV? Like,
They're not on TV. I think I don't know if they still do, but they used to have a show on YouTube.
yeah, so I would call them like a super indie, I guess, if they have some kind of presence. But like even parts of the indie scene not too good. PWG still seems to be doing okay, thankfully. But yeah, I don't know. Um, so much of wrestling is down bad right now. But yeah, Impact, like that pool that they're in, I don't think they're ever getting out of that pool. I think they pissed away their golden years, and like this is it. I can't tell you how fucking depressing that is. AEW, fuck. I want to like them on some level. I really thought getting rid of Cody would like solve all the problems, and I think it did for a time. But then like I feel like Jericho and like they became the new Codys in a way, and it's like, oh fuck. Um, WWE isn't even necessarily good right now. They're just better than the alternatives, and like God. And then Foster asking the salient question: Are we the problem? I think we can be to a point, but I think at the same time though, you can't put too much on yourself because that's what the companies want. It's like, oh, yeah, absolutely. You're not supporting us hard enough, or all you do is complain. It's like, no, I'm able to give credit when I'm able to. You're definitely able to give credit, Foster. I've seen you give credit to Dax. I don't even give credit to. I think you've got the most open heart here, if you want me to be perfectly honest. So I wouldn't say you're the fucking problem. Nah. I just, I don't know. I respond positively to Stardom and some other Joshi stuff when we watch it. Like I know when we've done 12 requests for Ice Ribbon, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just don't really. The
We should
last
have
time I
a
got that,
fun TJPW show coming up in March.
yeah, I've been thinking about that too. I know that that is coming up next month. Um, yeah, I just feel like when it comes to pro wrestling, the last time I really got that feeling in an American promotion was Sammy challenging Roman and the whole Montreal crowd. Like that was the magic. I was like, oh man, this feels incredible. And again, even that finish was kind of fumbled a little bit. So yeah, I'm really distressed about the state of pro wrestling right now. It's not it's not great. Um And Javaris asked also, what is AEW going to do
Here it
when the
is.
ROH fitness goes back to ROH?
TJPW's big show in March is called Grand Princess 23. It's going to be on March 18th, it looks like.
Oh, cool. Cool.
So yeah, we'll have to react to that. That should be fun. I know we're getting Yuka Mizuki on that show.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're also getting 121 million versus Max and Heidi versus what are they called again? Oh, I forget. Whatever the wasteland name is. But yeah, Miyu Yamashita and Maki Ito versus Max the Impaler and Heidi Howitzer for
Oh,
the tag
nice.
titles. They're going for the tag titles.
Well, here's hoping that Yamashita and Ito can win them. I'd love them as
And
tag champs. I think it'd be really cool.
you know, it's funny because our main event is, you know, tag partners facing each other, Yuka and Mizuki, you know, the magical sugar rabbits. Well, Daydream is also facing each other. Miyu Watanabe defending the International Princess title against Rika Tatsumi, her former tag team champion tag partner.
Oh, nice. That should be
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that show for sure. And we're getting the return of Saki Samba and Mei Saint Michel.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that show's gonna be fun. I can't wait. But we're still like 3 weeks away from that, so let's stay back on track
absolutely. I really can't think of anything else to talk about. Like I said, I figured that this would be a different episode, given that this seemed like kind of
here. Meh.
a nothing burger
Yeah.
of a week. Um, anything you want to talk about before we get to our next segment?
BCC are apparently heel now.
Oh, great. That's great.
Dynamite opened up with them coming through the heel tunnel, and it says our Claudio basically like really encouraged Yuta to like brutalize the shit out of, I don't even remember who his opponent was this week, but whoever his opponent was. So it seems like BCC is heel now. Yeah, that's a thing.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
Dude, they haven't even been around for a year, and they've already gone from coolest thing in wrestling to God, they're really getting misused to God, they're getting old to just a heel team now. In under a year.
Fuck. No, not that laugh. That's when I know it's over.
So bad. Tony Khan, man. The thing is, it's not like we can be like he should be fired because he owns the fucking company.
Yeah, that billionaire should suffer consequences. Yeah, and do you know
Yeah,
where we are?
yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Oh, it was Orange Cassidy was Wheeler Yuta's opponent, and yeah, Claudio was like, "Oh yeah, destroy him," and Wheeler Yuta like did like table spots and stuff with him. It wasn't that bad, but it was very clear that he was meant to be heel.
Oh god. And you know, I'd love to give enough of a shit to turn up and be like, well, he had a comment and do my whole shit, but like, I don't give a shit. Like, okay, you bullied someone. Good for you, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Remember though, like last summer ish, maybe even before then. At this point, I don't know when the the Blackpool Combat Club was literally just the coolest shit in all of pro wrestling.
I thought that would be AEW's answer to like Wolfpack or whatever the fuck. I'm like, you could really do like, oh fuck, man, it all went so wrong.
I can't believe how quickly it went down the drain. Remember
Sweet.
when we thought that they were gonna like collect young lions and have like Lee Moriarty and Daniel Garcia and maybe even someone like Hook on the squad and like
I
train the
know.
next generation of young wrestlers? And no, they stopped at Wheeler Yuta and they're just this is just who they are now.
AEW's booking reminds me of one of my favorite tweets of all time. Somebody was like, me sowing. Haha, fuck yeah, yes! Me reaping. Well, this fucking sucks. What the fuck? That is me every time I get invested in one of these fuckers. It's like, oh, BCC. Yeah, fuck yeah, yes! And then a year later, oh man, this fucking sucks. What the fuck? Why do you do me like this? All literally, Javaris is so down bad for Keith Lee. You give that man just one TNT championship, Javaris would be over the fucking moon. But nah, you keep kicking this guy in the fucking dick, and now you're pairing Keith Lee with Dustin fucking Rhodes. When the fuck are you gonna retire, dude? Fuck. Jericho is still, dude. He's still feuding with Ricky Starks. Last I looked,
Oh yeah.
like,
Yeah, we knew as soon as the interaction first happened that this was going to be for a while. This was going to last for
yeah.
a few months.
John Cena on commentary. Is this a forever thing?
So is this going to be like a forever thing?
Dude, AEW couldn't afford John Cena. Yeah, that's right, Tony. I insulted your net worth.
Oh, he
Um,
could if he wanted to, but Cena wouldn't sell his soul.
no, I think Cena's like, you're a lot like Nikki Bella, you know? It seems promising, but it's not. It's not.
Remember when he proposed to her at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
I think, speaking of things that went bad within a year,
Oh, I can tell you're starting to feel yourself now. We got to get out of here so that I can monopolize all this. Oh my
it's funny
god.
too because Javaris is right. You brought up Jericho. Javaris is right though. BCC went downhill during their feud with the JAS.
Jericho's
We
like,
knew it
no,
was
we can
happening
get.
too. Like we were literally saying every single week, like, "Oh man, this feud sucks. Can we end it, please?" And they just kept saying, like, "No, we can't end it. We have to keep going." And they kept going, and now no one cares about the BCC, and they turned fucking heel because of
But people are still singing Jericho's theme.
it.
God,
They are. They sure as hell are.
God, I should stop myself because I'm about to cross over the line from criticism to just being straight up mean because like I really hate so much about wrestling right now.
As long as we're
Um,
insulting ideas and not individual people, you can be as insulting as you want.
yeah, but see, that's where I would cross the line because like I'm ready to insult some fans, low key. Like, how are you still singing the man's theme when he's a fucking heel? Like, goddamn. And
When he's a
Foster,
heel, when he's a Trump campaign donor, when he's ruining multiple careers simultaneously, like, wow.
yeah, and again, I'm gonna be nice. I'm not gonna insult those people, but like introspection, maybe.
Oh
I don't
yeah, that's
know.
another thing that happened last Saturday night after our most recent TWitWoW Week in Review. Mercedes Moné is the new IWGP Women's Champion, and David Finlay is the new leader of the Bullet Club.
Dude, you're not even trying to be like young. I mean, not once have you been like, wait, I can't laugh yet. I gotta hold it. You're like, no, this is so bad. I gotta let it out now. God
Am
damn.
I wrong? It is. It's horrible.
No, he's winning the New Japan Cup now. I know Osprey's still a heavy favorite. Yeah, Abel, you slept too long.
God, I love you, Abel, so much.
David Finlay is what?
Yeah, the Seth Rollins what? Oh my god. Apparently, it's not official yet. He's not officially the new Bullet Club leader yet, but the writing's on the wall. It's happening.
Dude, he took out Jay White and interrupted his goodbye promo for fuck's sake. He's the leader.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Jabbar's Bullet Club. Babe, it's time to call it.
dude, God. You know what? I'm gonna say this line, and if it does cross the line for people, I promise I'll apologize later. But I heard some of David Finley's heel promo on Jay White yelling at the fans. His heel energy comes off as a guy saying, "Well, yeah, the Irish were persecuted too." Like I'm like, dude, what are you doing out here? Oh, fuck. Like, what do you have to complain? Like, David Finley is the most unbelievable heel because, dude, you have a job. Like, I wouldn't hire your ass. You're employed. What the fuck do you have to complain about? Fucking hell. Um, Evil, how's that turn coming? Foster, you're right. I can't. You're not even saying anything wrong, and you're handsome while saying it, which like fuck me twice. Because like, what am I even supposed to say to that? You're wrong. What? And then be the asshole? No. I've seen that subreddit. No, thank you. Hard pass. You're right. It just everything sucks. Okay, everything sucks, and I don't know what to do, and I just need to be hugged. I need to be hugged.
You know what Vince said? Everything sucks and then you die.
Well, he still hasn't, so he's a fucking liar because I'm still waiting for him to go. But oh man. God, and God, Foster, it is funny because when I was mentioning my hatred of pro wrestling, I really feel like I've been low key hating on it for a while, but oddly enough, it was fucking New Japan that turned the burners way up for me. Between fucking, I just did not like Wrestle Kingdom. Battle in the Valley, Mercedes versus Kyrie was really good, but David Finley, why? Fucking Okada Tanahashi. I can't believe I'm saying it about these two, but the match was mid. The match was like if New Japan had a TV show and like for their first ever episode, like they did Okada versus Tanahashi, that's the kind of match I would expect for a TV show, not a fucking like special event. And when it does seem like they wanted to make Battle in the Valley a bit more special, I did love Okada's face to Mercedes. Like, why are you out here? Who are you?
Bro, Okada literally just looked like I will not be like upstaged right now. What the fuck is this garbage?
Okada's face, I know I've said the line a lot, but Okada encapsulated more perfectly than every time I've ever said it. No, than I've ever seen in my life. Like he saw what was happening and he was like, I did not like put off fatherhood for this shit. Oh fuck. Um Foster said, I really liked Eddie versus Jay. Then again, I like Eddie winning matches. You know, Foster, like, I don't blame you for liking it. I think my problem was I knew Eddie was winning, and I was more interested in what Jay would do after the fact than Eddie winning the match. So again, I don't blame you. I just think for me, I was going in with a mindset that didn't even allow me to enjoy the match to begin with. Um, which God, if I'm Jay White right now, I'm signing that WWE contract real quick. Like
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest.
yeah.
Fuck AEW right now. Um, Yeah, what else happened at Battle in the oh god. Fucking Homicide, poor Homicide. And that fucking matchup with fucking Tryhard. What's
Lawler.
his name again? I'm blanking
Tom
now because I'm
Lawler.
just Tom Lawler. Mr. I can't even wear a chin diaper properly. Oh god. Yeah,
Well,
that
more like Mister,
was
I'd rather wear a chin diaper than an actual mask.
yeah, that is true, yeah. Um Fuck. I really don't like him either. Yeah, New Japan. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. I'm really scared for G1. Honestly, no, I'm not. Because if G1 sucks, we're not doing it. And my God, the last time we didn't do a
Bro,
G1, I'm gonna be honest, y'all, it was pretty fucking great.
I'm gonna be
We had a
real with
lot of
you. I'm
yeah.
not gonna miss the G1 this year.
Yeah, I'm not either. Yeah.
I don't
I'm
expect it
really
to be good, and you already know at this point. I feel like the only way that we're watching it is if we get significant, like really talented AEW guys participating. If they don't give us that, I just can't imagine myself watching it this year. I look like who is there anymore in New Japan that's going to be in a G1 to really make me care? No Ibushi, no Suzuki, probably not Ishii anymore. Like what the
I've
fuck?
given up on them pushing Sonata. So even with him in it,
Well,
like I
even if
just
he was in it, yeah, exactly. It's like even if
yeah.
Sonata's in the damn thing, I never feel like he has match of the year candidates even in G1, and he's probably not going to win the thing anyway. So what is there worth watching?
Yeah. No,
If you
it's
don't get
looking
guys in there like a Moxley, Omega, I guess Cobb is one good one that will probably be in it that we would want to watch. But even then, it's not worth getting, you know, watching the whole tournament just for one guy. But like Brian Cage, I was thinking Lance Archer in it again would be great. Brian Danielson, fucking please.
G1 is really at a point either where like if we didn't want to like not cover anything, which I'm definitely at that point, I would just be at the point where I don't even want to do the tournament anymore. Just call me when the finals happen. If the finals are good. And if
Yeah.
not, yeah, just blank on the whole fucking thing. Cause yeah,
Yeah. The
when,
finals
when we
this
didn't
year are
cover
going to be Evil versus Will Osprey.
yeah, I'm telling you guys, when we didn't cover it that one year, it was great. I spent more time with my family on certain G1 days. I got more time outside. I touched grass like the internet's constantly advising us to do. It was great. No, fuck the G1, man. Fuck New Japan right now. I'm telling you guys, I'm in a very and Ashton knows this because I haven't said anything to you guys that I haven't also said to Ashton. I straight up said to Ashton actually that I resented a little bit like being at Wrestle Kingdom because I just hated the show personally that much. I'm in a bad place in New Japan right now. Like I really hope it gets better, but I've been saying that. What is it now for 2 years?
Yeah.
So like,
Maybe
yeah,
three. It might even be
uh,
three.
yeah, I think it's 3 years. So I'm at a point now, and look, I'm gonna be honest too. We know Suzuki's probably going to be retiring soon, maybe within the next 2 years, possibly,
I
maybe
really
sooner,
hope
maybe
not.
later. But like, well, dude, they're already relegating him to the tag matches and stuff. I think he is in the New Japan Cup, but we know he's not winning that. I wish he would. God, Suzuki winning the New Japan Cup would pop me like, oh my god.
Foster said he
Um,
doesn't understand Sonata floundering, especially when you listen to the crowd. He gets one of the loudest reactions. Well, yeah, we know that Sonata is like over to the same level that Okada is over without needing to be pushed like the fucking God King of the world.
yeah, yeah, it's
Like we've seen the polls. We know that like Sonata is up there. Like you've got Tanahashi at the very top, then Naito right behind him. Then for a while it was actually Ibushi right behind him. But even without Ibushi, it's Okada and Sonata right behind them. And like Sonata is right on Okada's tail, even though Sonata is permanently treated like a mid card nothing. And Okada is treated, like I said, like the fucking God King of the universe. Yeah, like Sonata is over as hell relative to the rest of the roster and closing in on Okada popularity wise, even though he doesn't get used like it. It makes no
yeah,
sense.
yeah. It's just I'm just really frustrated. Let's see. Mark said Tony Khan said this recently about Danielson in G1. It'd be great, but hard for him to disappear from AEW. And I'm like, you write the show. So I don't know.
Would it be hard for him to disappear from AEW, Tony? Would it? Is he really that valuable to you? Man, maybe put the world title on him if you care that much.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah. Yeah. I'm right
Because
there
I'm
with you. I
sorry,
just
but
wanted
if you don't value him enough to put the world title on him, you don't value him enough to not let him go work his fucking dream.
yeah. And he has said that doing New Japan on that level is his dream.
Yeah.
And like here's the thing, no disrespect to Brian, you might as well do it while New Japan at least still has the talent to
And
make
yeah,
that dream
Alex
fucking
Foster is
viable.
100% right too. Tony has a massive, overly condensed roster that he has talents to build up. Like, if you want somebody on the level of Danielson to build up and really use in that slot, you have Andrade. Andrade is as good of a wrestler as Brian Danielson, at least.
Oh, for sure.
If you want somebody that can talk like that, you've got a little bit of a problem because those guys don't grow on trees. Danielson is very special in that regard, but the show's too damn talky as it is. There's too many fucking promos on AEW.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. Oh my god,
And
yeah.
really, I'll even take that a step further. There's too many long promos on AEW. There needs to be less fucking talking.
Yeah. God, I feel like AEW and Stardom have the inverse problem because I wish there were more talking segments in Stardom, or I wish there was more promo time for the women in Stardom, and AEW just has too much. And I think even the stuff that they have
Well,
isn't
and
even
hey,
properly distributed.
Brian Danielson's missing. How do we fill that gap? I don't know. Maybe feature your women's division more.
Yeah, yeah,
Since you brought up the women of Stardom, that gets me to thinking like, oh wow, yeah, that's actually a good point. We could solve two problems at once. We could have fewer talking segments, or at the very least fewer long talking segments without having, the 5-10 minute Danielson MJF promos that we've been getting. And then maybe we could use the time that we would be saving by not having Danielson on the show to feature the fucking women more. Not every time the women be on TV has to be about the world title. Just a suggestion.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. It's true. So like, yeah, I don't know what to tell him. It's yeah, everybody's spitting right now. Abel said,
But well,
yeah,
that's the problem, man. Like I said earlier, he's surrounded himself with sycophants, so there's nothing we can tell him without being disregarded completely.
yeah. You're just haters. Yeah, of course, of course. God, every billionaire is so fucking insecure. Jesus Christ. Um,
God,
yeah,
man, I really hope that Musk succeeds in creating a shuttle to Mars, and I hope it explodes on the way there.
dude, I would laugh so hard.
Just full of him and all his billionaire buddies. Get Tony Khan on there, get Trump on there, get Bezos on there, get Vince on there, get all the billionaires of the world just rounded up on the shuttle to Mars, baby. Send it out.
Yo, oh, dude, I would hope that there'd be a live stream to the launch, but if they were recording everything, I would absolutely be on a list because I would not be able to hold the laughter in. I would cackle so hard.
Oh my God.
Oh my god,
The world would be
amazing.
so much better off without that, without literally any of them at all.
I know, dude. Amazing.
Imagine
Fucking
thinking
amazing.
those fucking people add value to our society. Holy shit.
Dude, I don't know if it was MSNBC or what, but when I was still because I haven't watched it in forever, and especially now getting like my new computer, like obviously it's YouTube stuff, so it's still like all there. But I haven't watched Secular Talk in a while. But I remember Kyle did a segment. I don't know if it was MSNBC. I because I know it wasn't Fox, which made it even more like wow, they really are all the same on a certain level. I think it was either CNBC or MSNBC, where after fucking Bezos did the space launch, somebody was like, oh, and some kid saw that today and they decided to do something with their life and not pick up a gun. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about right now? Like, what?
Sounds like something Tucker Carlson would bring up.
But it wasn't though, and that's because again, I know for a fact it wasn't Fox News. It was like one of the more quote
No,
unquote
I'm not
liberal networks.
saying it was. I'm just saying like it
Yeah.
sounds like something he would say.
Oh, totally. No, no, absolutely. Yeah, it's like yeah, somebody heard about that and they decided today not to pick up a gun, and I'm like, wow, wow, okay. Oh my God. We live in a society.
It's
It's
literally, I mean, he would word it differently though, because guns aren't bad to him like they are to MSNBC. It would be more along the lines of like someone saw that today and made the decision to become a productive member of society or something like that.
oh no, Tucker. Well, he tries to kill as many birds with the one stone that he's got. So he said, a parent saw that today and they decided maybe the best thing wasn't to get their child on puberty blockers that they don't need, and maybe getting them out of a woke classroom, and instead took them to see a business and how that works. Like he's just gonna work in all these issues that have nothing to do with each other just to sell his bait, dude. And I'm right because unlike you, I've actually watched enough Tucker Carlson content like over the last several fucking months. That
Yeah.
yeah,
What do you
like
think? What do you think he hates more, trans people or windmills?
trans people definitely, because that's the more popular thing to hate right now. That's the more popular thing to hate right now. So he's going to go with the more
I
popular
just
hated thing.
know it was within the last couple years that Texas had the big power outages,
Yeah, yeah.
and Tucker blamed it on windmills.
Oh god, and it works, and it fucking works. Um,
Oh, propaganda, man, propaganda. It's funny
God,
because like watching The Walking Dead recently, I got to experience the governor all over again, and he tells just constant lies. You can tell he's lying because his mouth is moving. Every word out of his mouth is a fucking lie. And it's all
yeah,
just lies and propaganda, and it made me really sick to my stomach. And then I realized, wait a minute, this is fiction, but this shit happens in reality every fucking day.
yeah.
I want to
Fun in an
die.
apocalypse though with lines like that. We'd be listening to the dictator's speech, and you'd be like, "Hey, you want to know how he's lying? His mouth's moving." And you pop me, and they'd be like, "The fuck you laughing about over there?" Oh no, but but yeah, it's a great time. But no, and if anybody's wondering, wow, what does Fox News and any of this have to do with Tony Khan? Well, because they're all part of the same communion of billionaires that are destroying the planet, destroying our joy on the planet, and just sucking up everything for themselves. Fuck Tony Khan. Fuck the billionaire class. Fuck this whole society, quite frankly. And yeah, on that very positive, yes, and on that very pleasant high note, in more ways than one, um, I guess we can move on to our next segment. The only extracurricular thing I remember doing, honestly, was again that like 50-second clip of MLW of John Hennigan returning and turning heel on a guy that I don't even know who the fuck this guy was, and I just assumed that he had it coming. To be quite honest,
Oh, for sure.
um,
Absolutely.
mostly that, mostly this. I love that you just agreed. That's amazing.
No, no, no. He was a piece of shit. He deserved it for sure.
Yeah, he had a right to turn heel. He had a reason.
I mean, if it was anything like Johnny Mundo's heel turn, which was on Alberto Del Bitchbag, he 100% had it coming.
Yeah, I gotta tell you guys, mostly this week I bought WWE 2K22 recently, and I've been playing that. I'm just gonna give my honest review. Mixed. I've had it freeze on me once. Online play is non-existent, and a couple of other problems. GM mode is kind of lackluster. I actually do enjoy the gameplay to a degree. I gotta tinker with the AI, so it's a bit more challenging. But yeah, it's a fun fighting game. But honestly, it's kind of made me also want to reinstall 2K16 and play that again. That was a much smoother experience on my computer. So I don't know. I'll have to keep playing it more. But right now, I'd say mixed. Don't waste your money. People that are thinking about buying 2K23, good luck to you. But 2K seems like kind of a shitty company, and I'm just like, eh. Uh, John, play My Rise as a heel. It's so much fun. Well, Foster, you have never steered me wrong in my life, so I will have to think about doing that for sure. And
Why
you know
think
I'd be a
about it?
great
Just
douchebag.
do it.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I should give in to peer pressure. It'd be so much better for me.
Speaking of
Uh,
just do it, did you see there's a fucking Nike movie coming out?
Oh, of course there is. I'm sorry that was my response, but I don't know what else to say.
It's called Air, Courting a Legend.
Wow.
It's the story of the origin of Air Jordans.
Oh my god.
I'm not joking, dude. It's got a fucking stacked cast too. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Jason Bateman. It's loaded.
Age of capitalism is this? Marks,
Late,
why didn't you tell us about
late
this?
stage. What else do you need to know?
But are we like at late stage part 2? I feel like we've been in late stage for a while. Like
Late stage part two. Electric. Fuck you.
wait, electric in this economy? Oh god.
Don't tell Texas.
Okay, okay. We're popping ourselves way too much. We need to move on. Did you do any extracurricular viewing this week?
No, no, I didn't.
No.
No.
I bet nobody else did either. All
Holy
right.
shit.
So we're gonna open up the floor to questions so that
April, we're in the 2 minute warning of capitalism.
open up the forum to questions about this week in wrestling. So that mainly I can simmer down, but also so that you guys can turn up. Um, Caster Sales, Dustin has this much influence that he got Keith to be his partner, or AEW is this desperate to jump on the Cody Mania bandwagon? Yes.
Pretty much.
I could honestly see it being a little bit of both. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna say
I
both.
mean, Dustin definitely still has some influence left over from Cody's run. And I literally can't imagine Keith actually wanting to be paired with him. And AEW definitely sees Cody Mania happening and isn't going to just ignore it. They have to get in on it somehow. So this is, I guess, their version of it.
God, I gotta tell you, Keith is so much of a better man than me. Cause like I'd be raising hell in that locker room. I think he's such a gentleman that I don't even know if he knows like how to turn
I
down
think
a
he's one
storyline.
of those good examples of someone who's maybe too nice.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Like he doesn't stand
Uh,
up for himself enough.
and I hate to come at Keith because Keith seems like a fucking sweetheart, but like, dude, we're doing this for you, my guy, because you deserve so much better than this shit. Um,
Alex said, name a tag team right now that you never want to break up.
right now that you never want to break. Well, I didn't want Sammy Uso to leave the bloodline, and that happened. And we're not gonna get Jay Uso and Sammy as a tag team probably. So tag team that I wouldn't want to break up.
I mean, can I just cheat and say the Usos?
I guess, yeah, I guess. I guess for me, tag team that I don't want to break up. You know what I would have loved to have said before I found out the news? I would have said my Hime, but we know Hime is retiring.
No! Oh, God damn.
So,
Why'd you have to make it sad, man?
hasn't already been sad this whole recording, bro?
But
Where
you're
have
the
been
one
the
that brought
puppies
it
this whole
up,
time?
though. I'm ignoring it. It's stuff in the back of my mind.
Well, now it's at the forefront. Deal
Ah,
with it.
thanks to you.
Well, guess what? I'm not paying for the therapy either, so.
Neither am
Ooh.
I. Thanks, insurance.
Yeah, for once, healthcare does something good. Oh yeah, I still never got a call back about that $400 I maybe possibly owe because they coded the thing wrong.
Fuck them.
That's great. Yeah, that's fucking great.
You ain't paying it.
Um, yeah, no, I ain't paying it. I already paid what they asked me to, so that was our agreement. I paid it. Don't try and renege on it now. Um,
AEW announced a new show this Wednesday. Any thoughts? Right, because clearly they needed more TV time.
yeah, Castor, you know what my thoughts are? Nothing, so I didn't watch it. I ain't gonna watch that show either.
Isn't
Skipping out on that.
Rampage failing fucking miserably right now? Why would they announce another show? Last I checked,
Javaris,
Rampage got like 380 million viewers last week. Like,
don't you mean 380,000?
yeah, thousand, yeah.
God, 380 million wrestling would kill for those numbers.
Yeah, no
God
kidding.
damn. Um,
I think it
Javaris,
actually no, it was worse than that. It was under 300,000. It was like 280 or something like that. It was so low that I was literally like, "Oh my god, I'm pretty sure Lucha Underground hit that number one time on El Rey."
oh yeah, yeah. Javaris, thoughts on Okada holding Kiyomiya on the Muto show in 15 minutes after Kiyomiya campaign to get a 60-minute time limit, and thoughts on Noah heel dickweed Okada. I hate politicians. I gotta kind of give Okada slack for this. However, I also have to say that Kiyomiya is a bit big for his bridges winning fucking 60 minutes with Okada. Like, you could have just done a 30-minute draw, and I
Wait,
feel like that would have been
where's
a
the
lot more amenable.
politicking part come into play?
Well, it came off to me the way Javaris' comment, unless Javaris didn't mean it like this. It seems like Okada was like, not only are we not doing that, I'm just gonna like fucking own you in 15 minutes. But then again, how would he even have the power to do that if that was on the Muda
It was
show, which was
on the
hosted
Muda
by
show.
Noah?
Yeah, no, it's definitely not an Okada decision there.
Well, yeah, if it's not an Okada decision, sucks for Kiyomiya, I guess, because Noah doesn't see that much in you, I guess. And Okada just put him down. I didn't see it, so I really can't comment on it, but I'd like Okada to be more of a committed heel, to be honest. I think that'd be very interesting. I think he needs it. Like, you want to talk about people that really haven't changed character or changed direction. I feel like Okada hasn't had a change in a good minute, so I'd be for that. Also, why does TK keep fucking over Keith Lee? Why does Tony Khan keep fucking over like any person that isn't white and Wonder Bread? Where the fuck is Bandito? Why the fuck is Keith Lee being used like this? Where the fuck? What the fuck is Swerve doing? And why wasn't he in conversation to be the next TNT champion?
Where's
Yeah.
Andrade? That's what I want to know.
Where the fuck is why is Guevara, who's gotten into these fights in the face of the Revolution ladder match, where the fuck is Andrade? God, I think last I heard Andrade might have been dealing with an injury, so there might be an excuse for him. But Jesus Christ.
Where was he before that?
Yeah, and that's just it. Where was he before that? Fucking nowhere. Oh, fuck.
So, how do you feel about Azumi challenging Mercedes Moné?
I hope she roundhouse kicks her in the face and then screams at her to say her name right in Japanese. It's
I
kind of
think
what I'm
she
hoping for.
actually mispronounced Mercedes' name on purpose to like keep up the gimmick.
Good. Good. That's what she deserves.
Like I think she called her
Um,
like Mercedes Money or something like that.
oh, that's hilarious. Um, Abel said, thoughts on the 2020 Wrestling Observer Awards. Abel, unlike you, those Observer Awards aren't important, so I didn't pay them any attention.
Thank you. Why do people care so much about Dave Meltzer's opinion?
Because I don't know, he's still seen by some as a journalist in 2023, which boggles
Bro,
my fucking mind.
Curtis brought this up, which of course, as you know, means that he had to elaborate on it. And he apparently told me that, and really just told us in general in the call who were in there with him, that apparently WWE was voted the third best promotion, but then it also won the worst promotion award.
Oh, the fuck?
So it's the third best, but it's also the worst at the same time. So I guess only three promotions matter, even though I'm sure there were other promotions that were voted best behind WWE that didn't get voted worst. So like, yeah, it's, literally, I say, why do people give a shit about Dave Meltzer's opinion? Because the Observer Awards are just his fans parroting his shit back at him, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Goddamn. So yeah, Abel, to answer your question again, unlike you, they're just not important, so I don't really give a shit. Um, and Foster said, if Okada actually does develop more of a mean streak, how should it affect the rest of Chaos, if at all? Ishii should leave and go full babyface because he's the best pupper and we love him. And
What?
and everybody else should just fall in line, especially Yoshihashi because he knows that Okada's the meal ticket. If I stay close to a main event act, I'll stay relevant. So that's my thoughts on that. Abel said TWitWoW Awards greater.
I mean,
Damn
at
right,
least the
Abel.
TWitWoW Awards are actually us giving our opinions rather than us asking our fans to tell us our opinions back to us like Meltzer.
Exactly. Fuck you, Dave.
I blocked him on Twitter a while ago. I've had him blocked on Twitter for years.
I'm proud of you. Amazing.
I fucking hate new Twitter, by the way. Speaking of,
God, dude, I still haven't gotten my account back. It's over. I'm actually glad to be off of there, to be honest. Though. I've been more zen lately, not having to deal with toxic opinions or
literally,
fucking
I,
pointless
I I
features.
used to be able to pull up Twitter.com and just see tweets from people who I follow, and that was just it. And it was just that simple, right?
Yeah,
But now I get to see tweets that people that I follow replied to. I get to see tweets that people I follow liked. I didn't sign up for this.
are you seeing more sponsored stuff? I was seeing a lot of sponsored
Yeah,
stuff
lots of
before I got
sponsored
on it.
stuff everywhere.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? I'm also seeing a
No,
lot of
it's not
sponsored stuff
great at
more than
all.
ever.
It's garbage.
Yeah, I'm also seeing a lot of sponsored stuff more than ever before on Facebook. Like all of social media is just going in the
See, I
fucking
don't
toilet.
use Facebook much, but I'm sure you're right.
Oh, I am.
I
I
use
am.
Facebook once a week tops.
Yeah, that's healthy. That's healthy. Um,
I have Twitter open in a tab pretty much constantly. I use
all right.
TweetDeck. I use TweetDeck explicitly because of how fucking annoying the Twitter homepage is.
Hang on, man. Uh,
Like
any other?
I even have like Twitter's even suggesting shit to me based on my like retweets and likes and stuff. Like fuck off.
Yeah. Oh boy. Any other questions? I'm gonna let that linger a
And I'm
bit. See if we.
still getting these like highlighted tweets in my notifications where I have to click on see less often.
Yeah.
If I want to be notified by people by a person's tweets, I'll turn on notifications for their fucking tweets.
Yeah.
Stop notifying me of tweets of people who I have notifications off.
Oh, Mark, yeah, I'm sure other people probably wish me happy birthday. I'm glad that you let me know. I had a great birthday. It's been kind of a rough birthday month given my surgery and everything, but I recovered more or less nicely. It feels nice to eat full meals again. I'll tell you, I ate so much pizza today. So yeah, thank you very much, Mark. And yeah, Twitter's just been a real fucking hassle for me. And yeah, low shot his Twitter, Foster. Yeah, I'm uh I'm guessing that we don't really have. Actually, okay. So we got two other questions since then from Caster Sales and then Abel. Caster Sales. So BCC will betray Brian. I actually said a little while ago that I wondered if they would betray Brian. I'm still tentatively going to say yes, but I don't know. And then Abel asked, "How would you rate the road to WrestleMania between 1 and 10?" I'd give
Six.
it like a six. You said six. I was thinking six. I was going to say 6 or 7. So I think I'll agree with you on six. Um, and so yeah, yeah. All
Yeah.
right. I guess we can move on to our next segment, high spots and low shots. And Abel's here, so we can enjoy his favorite segment. So, okay, my low shot is honestly my low shot, Sami Zayn. It's been a
Same.
rough,
We had
yeah,
the same high spot last week and it was Sammy. And now we have the same low shot and it's Sammy this week. Oof.
man. God, you fell so hard, my guy.
I mean, he got his ass beat at Chamber. His former friend stopped him from being completely decimated, but then revealed on Monday that he wasn't really saving him. He was just trying to prevent his family from having to see that. And then on Friday, he got kind of beat down by Jimmy Uso. So, like, bad week for Sammy, I would say.
Damn, once again, I say when Foster's mean to you, you should really just give up. He just said low shot is sadly right, not because his losses, but because his son is Dom. Damn.
Yeah, that's a great
Damn.
point.
Dude, if Foster
Imagine
was
being
ever
Rey Mysterio, one of the most beloved baby faces in WWE history, and having to watch your son become so loathsome and detestable, the crowds are literally chanting "fuck you" at him.
yeah, dude, Foster, I hope I never become that loathsome in your eyes because it would just be over for me. Like somebody that precious ever insulting me, I'd be like, wow, I am the problem. Like I can't even like rationalize my way out of
He'd
this.
be
Like,
fucking singing that Taylor Swift anti-hero song. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
yeah, I'd be singing it while driving my car off a fucking pier into the water. Like,
With tears in your eyes. I'm the problem. It's me.
yeah, no, when somebody like Foster just insults you, like you're wrong. I'm sorry, you're wrong. Like I don't even know the context. You're right. You're the asshole. I just know you are. Like it's over.
YTA, baby. YTA.
Yeah.
You're the asshole.
And some YTAs I've seen on Reddit, I'm like, you are the asshole, but I'm proud of you for being the asshole here. Like, nah, nah, nah. High spot. God, is it
Not only
me
are
for
you the
avoiding trash
asshole, but
wrestling?
you shouldn't be proud of yourself.
Yeah. Oh God, who's the high spot? Gotta figure this shit out.
Think about
First of all, I will. Second of all, wow. You know what? My high spot's Asuka. Fuck it.
it.
She won the chamber. She's doing great stuff right now. I'm enjoying her. Abel said my high spot is Romy. Oh my god, Abel, you're adorable. No, I'll
He
go with Asuka.
is.
She's solid. She's solid ground. So what about you? Who's your high spot?
Why'd you have to say it like that?
I was giving you the ball. Either take it or don't.
I know, but I feel like that ball is like in my hands now, and I don't know what to do with it.
It is either do a passing play or run it.
Okay, I
Run it
pass
up
it
the
back to
gut.
you.
What? I had to give another high spot.
You gave me the
Okay.
option to do a passing play. I had to take advantage of it.
I guess honorary high spot. Brock Lesnar for knowing that low blows are a great way to escape full Nelsons. I don't know. Now I'm passing it back to you. Come up with a high spot already.
Okay, now what do I do?
You pick a high. You know, don't no. Don't. We're not doing this. You have done this show with me for years. You know how this fucking goes. You pick a
I
high
know my
spot.
high
Let's.
spot. It's
Okay.
Hazuki.
Yes. Perfect. Perfect. See, was that so bad? All right. Got
It
our high
was
spots.
until it hit me.
Yeah. There you go.
Normally things are worse when you get hit by them, but that no way.
Yeah. Goddamn. All right. Well, guys, this has been TwitWoW in review. The best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans by wrestling fans on the web today. Be sure to like the videos you file out, subscribe to the bell icon notifications so you don't miss any of that total goodness. Check out everything we're involved in the description box. Follow us on Twitter and Twitch because we are the best wrestling podcast in all the IWC. And guys, we are off tomorrow. So yeah, it's Sunday. So everybody everybody enjoy your Sunday. And then I have us here going live Monday at 4 for Stardom Matsumoto show at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So that's going to be their February 23rd show. Then Wednesday at 5, we've got another Stardom show. Wakayama, maybe Waka will get her first win there. 25th show. And then Stardom Showcase is going to be at 6 on March 2nd, Thursday. And then Saturday, we're going to be live for the Triangle Derby Finals. That's at 2 a.m. And then we'll be back at 8 for TwitWoW in Review. So that's the final week of February and the beginning of March. So we will see you guys then. Until then, be good to yourselves and each other. Tune in and peace out.